My mother used to say, if you can't find anything nice to say about somebody, don't say anything at all. So when I think of Mahmoud Ahmadinejad, just looking at his picture, he has wonderful teeth. He must have a really good dentist. Every time I see him, thinking, I wish I had good teeth like he does. Really. Anyway, it was reported in Iran that a stockpile, this is from the New York Times, mind you, not exactly right-wing media, a stockpile of low-enriched nuclear fuel to above-ground storage. So basically they're taking their nuclear fuel. I'm not a scientist, certainly not a nuclear scientist, but they took their below-ground fuel and brought it upstairs. All right, no biggie. What does that mean? Well, you remember they were denying that they had a nuclear program in the city of Qom. No, it's not like Qom. It's Qom. Qom. It's like a holy city for the Shia. And so they were caught, and the international community has been watching it. And Mahmoud Ahmadinejad did something very bizarre. What he did is he brought his nuclear program upstairs. That's like a strange chess move, because what that means is if, for example, if Israel were to bomb, it would be like Hiroshima. It would be a huge explosion, and there would be mass civilian deaths. I don't know why I'm turning this into a joke, because this is really bad, like very bad. Nobody expected this. Oh, all right, so the New York Times, of course, they are going to push the Obama opinion, says that this doesn't necessarily mean anything. But think for a second what that means. It means basically they're playing chicken. They're saying if you bomb us, there will be heavy civilian casualties. A bomb attack on uranium stored above ground would raise a cloud of radioactive particles spreading around the world, as it did after Chernobyl plant disaster in the Soviet Union. By contrast, underground uranium can be degraded just by making the roof fall in, with little or no radioactive particle leakage. Yikes. That will affect the entire region. So I guess, so that's only part of the issue. The other issue is Lebanon. They're building up rockets at the border. And traditionally in Middle Eastern wars between Arabs and Israelis, they will build up enforcements on the border, and then Israel will be forced to attack first. Then they can turn to the UN and say, hey, look, Israel started it. But of course, if Israel doesn't attack, then they'll get slaughtered. So that's what's going on right now. So Lebanon has become kind of like a card, a poker card. The hope is if Israel bombs a nuclear plant, which they're going to do, then the borders will start attacking Israel. And if you have 1 million to 2 million casualties, you will have everybody wanting to jump in. With the Gaza war down, most of those people were combatants, and there were some civilian deaths. But when you're talking 1 million to 2 million casualties, something worse than Hiroshima, you're talking about a major public relations problem. And it just usually prejudice are given are prejudiced towards reacting, and at this point, I really don't see a point to, like, there's nothing to gain. There's going to be heavy Israeli casualties if they bomb Iran. And there's only one way that can really stop this, and that is if the international community goes and invades Iran. It can't just be the United States, because that will also be heavy casualties. They're going to have to occupy Iran. That's the only way they can save lives, unfortunately. Now, I understand that a lot of you are wary about any type of warmongering because of the WMD issue with Iraq. But remember that Saddam Hussein had a giant rickety warehouse of yellow cake uranium. That was a WMD. And the only reason Bush didn't gloat about it and say, see, I told you so, was because they were afraid that that would get blown up above ground. And they were all over the place. He suffered a public relations disaster as a result of not gloating about finding WMDs. This is basically a chess move by Ahmad. He's going to put on the board his people, about 2 million pawns, to die in exchange for killing the credibility of Israel. And the international community is about to let him do this.